Welcome to our video, The Truth About Insurance Policies. With today's rising costs and the unpredictable nature of the world, insurance policies have become a key component in ensuring your safety and security. But are you really getting the protection you need? In this video, we aim to help you understand the common misconceptions about insurance policies and what they actually cover. So let's get started. We all know that having an insurance policy is important. But did you know that many people have misconceptions about what their policies actually cover? For instance, some people believe that their homeowner's insurance policy will cover all damages to their property, but in fact, it may only cover damages caused by certain types of events, such as fires or natural disasters. Another common misconception is that all health insurance policies cover pre-existing conditions. The truth is that different insurance companies have different policies regarding pre-existing conditions, and it's important to understand what they cover before you sign up. The truth about coverage. One important thing to keep in mind when it comes to insurance policies is that they vary greatly in terms of their coverage. For instance, some policies may only cover the minimum required by law, while others may provide comprehensive coverage for a higher price. It's important to understand what your policy covers and what it doesn't. Homeowners insurance. Let's start with homeowners insurance. Depending on the policy you choose, it may only cover damage caused by specific events such as fire or natural disasters. If your property is damaged by something not covered by your policy, you may have to pay for repairs out of pocket. Additionally, it's important to understand what your policy covers in terms of personal liability. For instance, if someone is injured on your property and sues you, your insurance policy may only cover a portion of the damages. Health insurance. Moving on to health insurance, we mentioned earlier that different policies have different policies regarding pre-existing conditions. It's also important to understand what your policy covers in terms of preventative care, such as annual checkups and vaccinations. Some policies may cover these expenses while others may not. Getting the protection you need. Now that we've covered what your insurance policy may or may not cover, let's talk about getting the protection you need. The first step is to understand what your policy covers and what it doesn't. Once you have a clear understanding, you may want to consider adding additional coverage to protect yourself from potential risks. Additional coverage. For instance, if you live in an area prone to floods, you may want to consider getting additional flood insurance coverage. If you have expensive jewelry or other valuables, you may want to consider adding additional coverage to your homeowner's insurance policy. The key is to assess your risks and make sure you have the coverage you need to protect yourself and your assets. That's it for our video, The Truth About Insurance Policies. We hope we've helped you understand what your insurance policy covers and what it doesn't. Remember, getting the protection you need is important, so take the time to assess your risks and make sure you have the coverage you need. Thanks for watching.